What are the top 5 neighborhoods in Victoria, BC to live or just visit? I was born and raised in Victoria, so I've spent so much time in a lot of the neighborhoods, and I wanted to give you a local's perspective on where I would move to or even just visit if I was in Victoria. Neighborhood number 1, I would say, is Oak Bay. Oak Bay is kind of more of a suburban area with amazing houses, beautiful beaches. One of my favorite beaches is Willows Beach, which is stunning. There's amazing schools, amazing houses, like just so stunning. They have an Oak Bay Marina where you can see tons of boats, sailboats, and there's just so many really pretty parks. It's probably one of the safest neighborhoods, if not the safest, in Victoria. So Oak Bay is definitely number 1 for me. Number 2 is Cordova Bay. So kind of biased, but I grew up in Cordova Bay. It's another neighborhood kind of similar to Oak Bay. It's by the water. It has some of the most beautiful beaches in Victoria. Amazing schools, super safe. There's some really good restaurants out there. Med Grill is one of my favorites. I actually worked there when I was 16, so little plug, but I would definitely check it out. Cordova Bay is by Elk and Beaver Lake, which is this awesome huge lake that you can run around or just go on a walk around it. It is a little bit out of the way. I think it's like 15-20 minutes from downtown Victoria, but I grew up here. It's an amazing, safe neighborhood and so beautiful, so highly recommend. All right, neighborhood number 3 is James Bay. James Bay is super close to downtown, which is one of the reasons I really like it, and it is mostly by the water. It's one of Victoria's oldest neighborhoods, and I love how central it is. Super close to the breakwater, which is this walk that you can do along the ocean that goes to this lighthouse, which is so pretty. It's by the Royal BC Museum, by the Inner Harbor, by downtown Victoria, by all the shops. It's very walkable. In Victoria, mostly you do need a car, but James Bay is one of those neighborhoods where you actually wouldn't because it's just so central and close to everything. All right, neighborhood number 4 is Vic West or Victoria West. So this area is right across the bridge, super close to downtown. It's like a 5-minute drive. The reason I love it is because it's not right in downtown, so you don't get much traffic or the busyness of downtown, but it's so close that you can literally walk over the bridge and be downtown. It's also, I would say, underpriced compared to downtown. And so it's a really awesome option if you want to live central, but not right in the thick of it. One of my favorite things to do in Vic West is the Songy's Walkway, which is this walk by the water that goes all the way to Esquimalt, essentially, which is another neighborhood. And it's so pretty. I used to live in Vic West, and I would do that walk, or I would run it every day, and it honestly never gets old. One of my favorite restaurants in that area is Boom and Batten, which is right on the water. They have an amazing patio, and it's one of the best restaurants in Victoria, in my opinion. All right, neighborhood number 5 is Fernwood. It has a very artistic vibe. The houses are, there's a lot of heritage houses. It just has, you know, a ton of coffee shops that are kind of more hip. It has more historic houses, so not a lot of modern stuff, but a lot of historic stuff. There's some theaters, there's a lot of community gardens and parks. Those are the 5 neighborhoods that I would consider moving to. I have lived in almost all of those, if not all of those. So I would definitely recommend checking those out. Let me know what questions you have about Victoria in the chat below, and I will talk to you soon.